Good day everyone. I'm Christian Fuentes. I will be the discussant of the things about Hong Kong and Macau. So we will first start with Macau. Macau, also known as Macau, is a small, special administrative region of China that operates under the one country, two systems principle, with a population of about 680,000 and an area of 32.9 kilometers squared. It is the most densely populated region in the world. Macau flag. The lotus was chosen as the floral emblem of Macau. The Governor Nobre de Carvalho Bridge is a bridge linking the Macau Peninsula and the island of Taipa. The bridge is one of the most recognizable landmarks for the territory. The water beneath the lotus and the bridge symbolizes Macau's position as a port and its role played in the territory. The five-pointed stars echo the design of the flag of the People's Republic of China, symbolizing the relationship Macau has with its sovereign state, designed by Zhang Li and Xiao Hong. The Macau is Special Administrative Region of the Republic of China. Capital of Macau. Not applicable, as Macau is a semi-autonomous region. Macau does not have a capital, it is its own capital. So the currency of Macau. Macanese Pataka. In 1901, the Macau government decided to launch Macau's official currency. The Banco Nacional Ultramarino was granted the right to issue legal banknotes in patacas. On January 27, 1906, pataka banknotes in denominations of 1.5, 1, in denominations of 1, 5, 50, and 100 were introduced, and the pataka became the only official currency in Macau. Next is the language of Macau. The language of Macau there are two languages of Macau. One is the Cantonese. The residents, commonly 85.7%, speak Cantonese. Mandarin is spoken by 3.2% at home. About 40% are able to communicate in standard Mandarin. English and Portuguese are spoken as first language by 1.5% and 0.6% respectively, while English is widely taught as a second language. Next, another language of Macau is Portuguese. Since Macau is formerly a Portuguese colony, the territory of Portuguese Macau was first leased to Portugal as a trading post by the Ming Dynasty in 1557. Portugal paid an annual rent and administrative the territory under Chinese sovereignty until 1887. Portugal later gained perpetual colonial rights in the Sino-Portuguese Treaty of Peking. The colony remained under Portuguese rule until 1999, when it was transferred to China. Next is religion. So the religion of Macau is Buddhist. Macau's population is overwhelmingly Buddhist, while others adhere to Taoism and Confucianism or combinations of the three. Among the small number of Christians, the great majority are Roman Catholics. About 1/6 of the population professes no religion affiliation. So this is the graph as of 2010. So 58.9% is folk religion, 17.3% is the Buddhist. It is the main religion in the Macau. So 15.4 is the percentage belongs to the person or to the group of people with no religion affiliation. 7.2% are Christians and 1.2% are others. So Macau airline carrier is Air Macau. It's the flag carrier of Macau based at Macau International Airport. So let's go to the tourist attractions. First is the ruins of St. Paul's. The ruins a 17th century Catholic religious complex in Santo Antonio, Macau, China. They include what was originally St. Paul's College and the Church of St. Paul's, also known as Mater Dei, a 17th century Portuguese church dedicated to St. Paul the Apostle. Today, the ruins are one of Macau's best-known landmarks and one of the 7 wonders of Portuguese origin in the world. In 2005, they were officially listed as part of the Historic Center of Macau, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Next is the Senado Square or Senate Square. It's a famed town square in Macau, China, and part of the UNESCO Historic Center of Macau. Part of the UNESCO Historic Center of Macau World Heritage Site. It is elongated triangular shaped square and connects Largo de Sao Domingos at one end and Avenida de Almeida Ribeiro on the other. It covers an area of 3,700 square meters. Next is the Macau Tower Convention and Entertainment Center, also known as the Macau Tower. It's a tower located in Macau. The tower measures 338 meters or 1,109 feet in height from ground level to the highest point. Its observation deck features views, restaurants, theaters, shopping malls, and the Skywalk X. A walking tour around the outer rim, it offers the best view of Macau and in recent years has been used for a variety of adventurous activities. At 233 meters or 764 feet, the Macau Tower's tethered sky jump and bungee jump by A.J. Hackett from the tower's outer rim is the highest commercial sky jump in the world, and is also the second highest commercial decelerator descent facility in the world after Vegas Stratosphere sky jump at 252 meters or 827 feet. Next is the Amat Temple. It's a temple to the Chinese sea goddess Mazu, located in Sao Lorenco, Macau, China. Built in 1488, the temple is one of the oldest in Macau and thought to be the settlement's namesake. Last is the Macau Museum. It's located on the hill of the Fortaleza de Monte in Santo Antonio, Macau, China. The museum presents the history of the city and territory of the former Portuguese colony of Macau, now a special administrative region of the People's Republic of China. Planning for the museum started in April 1995. Its construction began in September 1996. The museum was inaugurated on 18 April 1988. The museum building is located within the interior of the Fortaleza de Monte. Its total size is about 2,800 meters squared with around 2,100 meters squared of exhibition space. Now we will go to the foods of Macau. The food delicacies. First is the Portuguese egg tart. Macau's most famous food, it consists of a flaky pastry shell with a rich, sweet egg custard filling with a consistency similar to cream brulee. A caramelized top plays an integral role in the taste. Next is pork chop bun. It's literally a seasoned pork chop on a bun, a Thai lok ke and Thai pa. The bone-in, incredibly tender and flavored pork chop rests in a piggy bun, which has a crunchy exterior, soft center, and good chew. Simple but satisfying. Another is mashed potatoes. Side dish is beyond compare. It takes skill to give greatness to do something so simple. The dish is velvety and rich with a 2-to-1 ratio of potatoes to butter, and made with rattled potatoes and French butter that's added cold. All of it's vigorously stirred and passed several times through a drum sieve to achieve an ultra smooth texture. Another is the egg rolls. Egg rolls aren't confined to Macau, but they are hugely popular here. For a combination of a freshly made snack and local color, it's hard to beat a tiny street stall with no name run by an eccentric local who hands out free samples. His are crispy, sweet, and so feather light that it's easy to eat more than. Last is the Portuguese seafood rice. It's the superior cousin of its Spanish and Italian counterparts. The highlight is not the succulent mussels nor the giant prawns, but the comforting soupy rice stewed with a bunch of other ingredients in the tomato seafood broth. Newly reopened restaurant Temptation treads the border carefully with its Portuguese seafood rice, stewing it long enough that the flavored seafood juice is locked into the rice without losing its distinctive texture. Now we will proceed to the do's and don'ts. Let's begin first to the do's. Always addressing people with their official title. Refer them as Mr., Mrs., Miss, plus their last name. Don't call them by their first name unless invited to do so. Handshake is common form of greeting. While meeting elders or senior official, handshake should be gentle and accompanied by a slight nod. Always show respect to the elders and acknowledge them in a group first. Always present your gifts with both hands and be aware of color when wrapping. Red represents lucky, pink and yellow represents happiness and prosperity, while white, gray, and black are for funeral. White or yellow flowers are used for funerals. Now let's proceed to the don'ts. Do not use toothpick in public without covering your mouth with your hand. Do not use your own chopsticks or spoon to share dishes. When eating with a group, use the serving spoon to dish into your bowl or plate to eat instead. Do not open present in front of the giver, which is not polite. Do not leave your chopsticks sticking up in the leftover rice at the bottom of your bowl after eating a meal. Do not tap on your bowl with chopsticks as the beggars tap on their bowls, which is impolite and insulting. Do not lose your temper, as to lose one's temper is an absolute loss of face. Do not point the bottom of your feet to any person when sitting. Try to sit cross-legged or tuck your legs underneath you. Next is, do not bite your nails or putting your hands in your mouth, as it is considered to be vulgar in Chinese culture. Do not behave in a carefree manner in public. Embracing or kissing when greeting or saying goodbye is highly unusual. Do not write cards or letters with red ink or ball pen, as it symbolizes to end a relationship. So, the Macau. So the Macau tagline is a world of difference. The difference is Macau. So from Macau, we will now proceed to Hong Kong. So now let's discuss Hong Kong. Hong Kong, a special administrative region of the People's Republic of China, is a city and a special administrative region of China on the eastern Pearl River Delta in South China, with 7.5 million residents of various nationalities in a 1,104 square kilometer territory. Hong Kong is one of the most densely populated places in the world. Hong Kong is also a major global financial center and one of the most developed cities in the world. So the Hong Kong flag. Hong Kong flag was designed to be a symbol of unity. Its circular arrangement of white flower petals set prominently against a bright red background is supposed to embody the rights and freedom enjoyed under the one country, two systems principle. So the China don't have any capital since it belong to one country, two systems principle. But what is the meaning of one country, two system principle? So under one country, two systems, Hong Kong is a part of China but retains its own systems and way of life. The basic law Hong Kong, Hong Kong's constitutional documents give legal effect to the one country, two systems policy. So we will now proceed to the currency. So their currency is Hong Kong dollar, introduced in 1863. The Hong Kong or HKD is the official currency of Hong Kong. The symbol of Hong Kong dollar is dollar sign along with HK dollar, which is sometimes used to distinguish Hong Kong dollar from other dollar denominated currencies. So for now, for the language, the basic language of Hong Kong. So the basic law of Hong Kong states that English and Chinese are the two official languages of Hong Kong. During the British colonial era, English was the sole official language until 1987, but has remained a strong second language in Hong Kong, as the majority of the population in Hong Kong are descendants of migrants from China's Canton province. The vast majority speaks Standard Cantonese or other Yue Chinese varieties as first language, with smaller numbers of speakers of Hakka language or the Teochew dialect of Southern Ming. So this is the graph. 88.9% is are Cantonese, 9.3% are English, other Chinese, 3.1% is the other Chinese dialects, 1.9% is the Mandarin along with the others. So Cantonese is also a form of Chinese. So we'll now proceed to the religion. So the religion, same as Macau, is Buddhist. Majority of the population identified with Chinese folk religions, 49%. Of the remaining population, 21.3% of Hong Kong is Buddhist. 14.2% is Taoist, 11.8% is Christian, and 3.7% identified with other. Smaller numbers of the population are Hindu, Sikh, and Jewish. Hong Kongers have more religious freedom than their close neighbors in China. However, in a 2014 survey conducted by the Gallup poll, 75.55% of Hong Kongers said that religion was not important to their daily lives. So we'll now proceed to the airlines. So the airlines is Hong Kong Airlines Limited. It's an airline based in Hong Kong with its headquarters in the Tung Chung district and its main hub at Hong Kong International Airport. It was established in 2006 as a member of the HNA Group and flies to 25 destinations across Asia Pacific. The company's slogan was changed from Fresh plus Very Hong Kong to where Hong Kong begins. So for the tourist attractions, first is the Hong Kong Disneyland. It's a theme park located on reclaimed land in Venice Bay, Lantau Island. It is located inside the Hong Kong Disneyland Resort and it was owned and managed by Hong Kong International Theme Parks. It is the largest theme park in Hong Kong, followed by Ocean Park, Hong Kong. The park consists of 17 areas: Main Street, USA, Fantasyland, Adventureland, Tomorrowland, Grizzly Gulch, Mystic Point, and Toy Story Land. A new theme area, World of Frozen, is currently being developed and will hopefully open in 2023. So, ngayong year. The theme park's cast members speak Cantonese, English, and Mandarin. Guide maps are printed in traditional and simplified Chinese as well as English. Next is the Victoria Peak. It's a hill on the western half of Hong Kong. It is also known as Mount Austin and locally as the peak, only generally with an elevation of 552 meters or 1,811 feet. It is the tallest hill on Hong Kong Island and the 29th tallest in the territory of Hong Kong. It is a major tourist attraction, offering views of Central, Victoria Harbour, Lam Island, and the surrounding islands. Next is the Big Buddha. It is a large bronze statue of Buddha completed in 1993 and located at Ngong Ping, Lantau Island in Hong Kong. The statue is sited near Pauline Monastery and symbolizes the harmonious relationship between man and nature, people and faith. It is a major center of Buddhism in Hong Kong and is also a tourist attraction. Next is the Victoria Harbour. It's a natural landform harbor in Hong Kong, separating Hong Kong Island in the south from the Kowloon Peninsula to the north. The harbor's deep, sheltered waters and strategic location on South China Sea were instrumental in Hong Kong's establishment as a British colony in 1841, and its subsequent development as a trading center. So last is the Star Ferry or the Star Ferry. It's a passenger ferry service operator and tourist attraction in Hong Kong. Its principal routes carry passengers across Victoria Harbour between Hong Kong Island and Kowloon. The service is operated by the Star Ferry Company, which was founded in 1888 as the Kowloon Ferry Company and adopted its present name in 1898. So we'll now proceed to the food delicacies. First is the fishball. Hong Kongers eat millions of these compressed fish meat snacks every day, and with a stall stewing fishball skewers is almost every 7-Eleven in the city. They're as ubiquitous and as accessible as that other classic Hong Kong snack, Siao Mai dumplings. Everyone has their own favorite fishbowl joint and is tongue-tied for their firmness and intense curry flavor. Next is the stinky tofu. The, the stench is a result of fermentation of the tofu. It is such an overpowering smell you'll be hard pressed to shake it off for months to come. But Hong Kongers really love that stink. Well, most Hong Kongers. Next is Chai Si Bao. Barbecued pork stuffed in a bun deserves its very own shout out here because when we break open a soft white steamed bun and see the glistening mouth feeling of diced chow shu with extra barbecue sauce is peeling out and sniff the heady perfume of wine, soy, and hints of caramel vermouth. North Garden calls their chasio mantau, giving the traditional bun a northern Chinese twist. Next is the Hong Kong style French toast. It's two pieces of toast slathered with peanut butter or kaya jam, soaked in egg butter, fried in a butter and served with still more butter and lots of syrup. Too much of this will send you to an early grave. But it's the perfect comfort food combination of simple flavors and textures, sweet and savory, soft and crispy. Last is the chicken feet or the Adidas. Just like head cheese or Gok Alvin, Cantonese style chicken feet are a perfect marriage of thrift and culinary genius, euphemized as phoenix talents. In Chinese, chicken feet are typically deep fried and stewed in a black bean sauce. The cartilage softens to a melt in the mouth consistency, and great practice is needed to spit out the little bones in the dainty manner perfected by grandmas in dim sum restaurants across town. Le Garden skips the deep frying and stewed their chicken feet in abalone sauce, resulting in a wholesome, more texturized Hong Kong food treat. So this is the do's and don'ts in Macau, in Hong Kong rather. So we will begin first with the do's. Hong Kongers tend to very hospitable and willing to help a stranger in need. Perhaps more so that is common in English-speaking West. Be receptive to their friendliness and try to reciprocate it. Be humble. If you receive a compliment or flattery from Hong Kongers counterpart, it is also a good to reciprocate this, as it will help give you and your counterpart. However, it's not uncommon for a Hong Konger to bashfully deny the compliment as a way to be humble. Be careful. Next is be careful when speaking of China, as you may find some Hong Kongers to speak quite disparagingly of the mainland. So next is show proper respect to those older than you. Hong Kongers place emphasis on deferring to elders. Expect to be interrupted by Hong Kongers in conversation. Make an effort to keep discussion harmonious and balanced. So we'll now go to the don'ts. Don'ts. Avoid giving criticism towards a Hong Konger and their family, business, and country. This can lead to a loss of and may leave your Hong Konger counterpart feeling embarrassed. Similarly, avoid publicly displaying signs of anger. This will cause you to lose face in Hong Kongers' eyes. Do not presume a Hong Konger's opinion regarding Hong Konger-Chinese relations. If you are unclear about their views, it is a good idea to avoid referring to Hong Kong as China. Don't assume the Hong Kongers have the same behavioral customs as those in China. Despite perceived similarities, expectations, and practice and behavior and etiquette differ between the two cultures. Never correct a Hong Konger's identity regarding whether they think of themselves as Hong Konger or Chinese. Whether one identifies as Hong Konger or Chinese depends on the individual, and someone correcting the choice may be considered to be insensitive. Last is try to abstain from interrupting or filling in the silence during the conversation. So the Hong Kong tagline is Hong Kong, Asia's World City. So we will now combine the useful phrases that is being used in Hong Kong and Macau. So since they have the same language, the majority of the language both is the Cantonese or is a form of Chinese. So I combine the useful phrases. So first is the hello or the ni hao. Next is thank you. So do je. Good morning or the zo san. Excuse me. So em goy. Do you speak English? Nesik gong yang man ma. Sorry or the doim em jo. Where's the restroom? Q sir hi ben do. How much is this? Is get do cheap. Too expensive? Go waya. Cheaper please? Pen de la. So that's all for the presentation of the countries Hong Kong and Macau. So any question or clarification you can contact me at my email address posted. So thank you and have a good day.